Hi everybody, welcome back to About This Aging Thing. I'm your host Sabrina and I have a fabulous guest with us today. I'm going to read her bio to you and then I'm going to introduce you. This is Reverend Linda V. Boyd, also affectionately known as La. Like most of us, she wears a lot of hats. A graduate of Shaw University, holds certifications from Georgia State University, Clayton State University, and recently completed her Master Life Coaching certification from the Transcendent Life Coaching Institute. She serves communities as a gerontology specialist for our maturing population and as a doula for expectant mothers. She's an advanced Reiki master teacher and energy practitioner, ordained minister, and an ordained minister who serves as an associate minister at Hillside International Truth Center, located in Atlanta, right here, founded by our ancestor, Dr. Barbara Lewis King, Dr. Barbara Lewis King. The presiding bishop right now, at this moment, is Dr. Jack Bomar. Reverend Boyd is founder of Reiki by Law, her holistic energy practice for over 20 years, and she's the CEO of Reiki Vibrations, LLC, which is an organization that unites an array of complementary and alternative healing modality practitioners who come together to serve the community. Most importantly, Linda is moving within her earthly mission as an extension of light of our most high creator, God. Welcome. I call her La. Welcome, La. Listen, y'all, she has the best hugs ever. She's known for her hugs. She got all these accolades, but she's really known for her hugs. So listen, I want to talk about the reason why I invited you, and then I'm going to let you take over and talk to the audience. So the reason I invited La is because, not just because she has great hugs, and I wanted an excuse to get one, but because of her spirit. She has a beautiful spirit, which is going to come through in this interview. You guys will see it for yourselves. You heard all the wonderful things that she does, all the people that she has affected over the years, I'm sure thousands. And I've known her for quite some time now, but I've never really known her. Like, I didn't know her name was Linda, but I know her spirit. You know how you know good people when you see them? This is how I felt when I first met her. So this is why I wanted her to kick off our year with spirit. I wanted you all to learn some things that maybe you could do that maybe you don't know about yet to get your year off on the right foot. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to La. Welcome.
Welcome, and Sabrina, I'm so honored that you invited me to be on your show.
Thank you.
And that we are both apple peaches.
That's right, apple peaches. We were just talking about Brooklyn, y'all know. Oh, before we get started, we always tell everybody what we're drinking. Today we are drinking turmeric ginger tea, given to me by one of my dearest friends, Mildred. It's really good. I have a little honey and lemon in mine, and La's taking her straight. Cheers.
Good thanks.
To you. All right. So you will see me sipping. Okay, so La, can you give us a little bit about you, your journey, whatever you want to share, how you got to where you are right now, and then we'll go from there.
I proudly do and will. I'm Linda La Boyd from Brooklyn.
Yes.
The Greenpoint Project in Greenpoint section of Brooklyn, Cooper Project, and at 15 relocated to our home in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Bed-Stuy, do or die.
That's right.
I am one of 11 children of the great and late Troy and Audrey Boyd, who are now ancestors. And I always say my mom's in my business now more than ever.
Wow.
As a divine spirit, and she's one of my guides as well. I have 5 sisters. So I'm kind of in the middle of them. Actually 6, because Daddy brought some folk with him in the marriage, so we don't break up the number. Right. My mother always honored all of us in number. That's where the 11 comes in.
Gotcha.
So giving thanks and praises. My background is my first job home from college was at Kings County Hospital, what is the equivalent of Grady.
That's where I was born.
Ooh, Ooh.
Another connection.
Yes, it's the biggest city hospital. And growing up, we made jokes about the G building because it was a psychiatric building in the hospital. Well, would you believe my first job was at the G building as a therapeutic recreation specialist?
Wow.
And I was assigned to the male adult ward. And I worked for the city. I worked for the state of New York as well with special needs population. And my background was adapted aquatics for the special needs for those that had to have special type of care in a regulated type of pool. And then we moved to myself and those you can't see, moved to Atlanta in 81. So that's why I'm really an apple peach because I've been here most of my life. Worked for the state and city of Atlanta in mental health wellness as well, adult population. And I asked the Most High, I want to get on the other side of that because there's so many people that are in and out of a mental health facility. And there are also those that play a game that are on medication, and when they decompensate, then they'll have to be brought back to the facility, the institution, until the check comes.
Oh.
And when the check comes, it's time to get out, play around, do the alcohol or whatever, and decompensate again. And I watched this process, especially as a therapeutic recreational specialist.
Right.
Our job was to introduce them to leisure activities, to ways to de-stress. And so I asked Spirit, can I get to a population where they don't grow into this process? And I got a position in the children adolescent facility with the state. So I worked with adolescents, and it was phenomenal. But in the next building were the children. And when I went over there, it blew my mind because there was 3-year-olds.
Wow.
3-year-olds locked up in a facility. So it wouldn't take much of your thoughts to figure out how does a baby that young wind up being locked away for inappropriate behavior patterns.
At 3, yeah.
Yeah, who's responsible for that?
Yeah, I'm almost certain.
So there's the journey professionally, mental wellness,
which is extremely important.
Well, and then now it's huge again, which is what drew me to go get the certification and as a master life coach, because in my work as an energy worker and practitioner, I've been coaching and counseling as well as the ministry piece. And my clients would be leaving after we spent 30, 40 minutes talking and sharing and dealing. Then on the table to get their session of energy, and on the way out talk about their therapist. I'm like, okay, this is not adding up. So let me go ahead and get the formal training that again is required. And I found out that 9-month program was for me.
Oh, wow.
Because I had to learn the process myself of dealing with my nemesis, with my shadows, with my traumas, and no longer run from them, the unconscious ones that little Linda, as a girl, that child, dealt with and hid away. And they show up, and I had a tendency, I don't want to deal with it. And I just close it off. But that is where the disorder comes in. That's where disease comes in, when we keep holding that energy of fear and trauma instead of facing it, dealing with it, releasing it, forgiving self, and if there was a perpetrator, forgive them as well.
Ooh, let me tell you.
And it's a lot of work.
Forgiving yourself is the hardest.
But it's worth it.
It's the hardest.
It is so worth it. And it's so healing.
Yep.
And what we do when we do that, is we're clearing space.
Yes.
We're clearing space because there's so much goodness that the Most High still has for us to receive and for us to give, because we're all here to serve.
Right.
Every one of us. So we are on this journey figuring out How am I to serve? How am I to
Right.
give? You express through this phenomenal art. You teach people how to work with their imagination and vision. You're on that part of your journey, and then you have other pieces of who you're being. We all do if we acknowledge that.
Right.
Yeah. So this coaching piece has become an added medicine pill that is so necessary because there's so much going on around us.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Tell me if this is an assumption, but when I see you in the community, and I always feel like you give a lot of yourself. I feel like you're one of those people who are constantly pouring in. Even when I tell you, you think I'm joking about the hugs, but the hugs are healing to me. But I feel like when I'm hugging you, you could almost take whatever energy I have away from me, and I always feel better. And I know other people have said that to me about you. How do you replenish yourself when you're that person that everybody's looking to pour into them?
Well, it's also, besides being a person, but a practitioner,
Yes.
we've learned how to put a bubble around us so we can give, as they say, we can drink as we pour with that energy. And absolutely, I have learned to take a time out. There's days that I don't come out the house. And I've learned that. And I've also learned how to say, baby, I can't do it this time. Let me get back to you.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a no.
Right.
But it's saying,
not right now.
Yeah, I don't have it. So I've learned, and yes, I have been in spaces of time and years where I would get drained. I would allow myself, because nobody does anything to us. We allow things to happen. Right. But I have learned how to ground myself. And the grounding is really grounding. It's really stepping out on that earth, standing in that grass. Or I mentioned to you on my way in, looking at your tree. I was like, I'm supposed to hug that tree today.
Wow.
And because that tree is mother. She's earth. And when I get that message, come here, baby, from a tree, it means stepping up on the roots of that tree, putting my back against it, opening my shoulders out, and putting my head back, and breathing. So I'm feeling Mother Earth all down my spine. And the first thing that happens is your heart opens. The next thing is your lungs. And immediately your breathing shifts. Because now Mother is in the process of pulling some of the crap from you that you just walked in to the space with.
Wow.
So it is priceless because it costs you nothing. And even if you don't have a tree, stand in the grass. And when the weather gets warm, take them shoes off and stand in the grass. Because we have now started to practice rubbers under our feet all the time. So our feet are not breathing. Leather is what we wore growing up. Our shoes were leather. Leather was alive and had air coming through. But now everything is flip-flops or the sneakers or even our better shoes, there's some rubber under it. And it feels good, but how is it affecting our tree that we have?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So thank you for asking, and the water. So I love the water. So I swim. I exercise in the water, and I'm gonna get back to it. And that's my therapy more than anything. Yeah, that's besides awesome. The meditation tool.
That makes sense. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about. Take a deep breath. This year. Talk about the new year, what it means. A lot of people don't know what it means. They don't know the numbers, what the numbers mean. I mentioned it in the show last week with Mr. Angela. I just kind of mentioned it in the beginning, but we didn't talk about it at all. And so I'd love for you to expound on
I'm going to put my specs on.
Yes, please. All right. I had to wear mine too. Last year I used to struggle in the show. Y'all used to laugh at me. But this year I put them on when I got to put them on.
Put them on, honey.
I'm keeping it real. All right.
So we've been gifted with this new beginning. this new year, this 2024. And then we have been in this conversation about this thing called numerology. And there are a lot of people paying attention to it. It's like you're number 8, I'm a number 8. I'm 2 8s.
Oh wow.
And a 9.
Oh wow.
And this number 8, whichever direction you want to draw it or see it or feel it, is infinity.
Right.
This is a phenomenal year, allowing us to, yes, reflect at 2023, but release it and look at 2024, which is an 8, which is a year of abundance. It's a year of prosperity. And remember, abundance and prosperity is not limited to finance.
That's right. I talk about it all the time.
Yes, it's a small piece. It's abundance in our relationships. It's abundance in our work.
Yeah.
It's abundance and prosperity in every aspect of our lives. And if we open up and consider what this abundance means, what this year can be for us in our planning, we had the opportunity a couple of days ago to sit with our sister friend Desiree and do the annual vision board.
Okay.
But the thing about it that was outstanding is she really took time to invite us to look at the tools that we want to include. It's not just a new car.
Right.
It's not just a new house. Look at your health, your wealth, your spirituality, your relationships. All of those are included in the prospering of who we see ourselves being. And the vision board is about our vision. And what we see, what comes through us lovingly. So we had done a meditation. We had talked about what is available to us, which is totally non-ending, because the Most High says, I give you everything.
Right. I just want to pause real quick. I'm sorry, and just say that Desiree Smith, she's been on the show. So if you all want to know a little bit more about her, just go to the YouTube channel and look for Desiree Smith and you'll see her there.
There you go. So we enter the year of the universal year, the number 8, which represents the year of abundance, prosperity, and introspection.
How does it become number 8? A lot of people don't know how do we get that number?
Well, we break down the numbers, the 2 plus the O, which is still 2. Then we have another 2.
Right.
So 2 and 2 is 4. And then you have the 4 for the 24. And so that 2 4s together make 8.
Right. Okay. Because a lot of people don't know. So.
And we do that with our birthday.
I do. Yeah.
And as Bishop Jack says, look at the house number.
Yeah, I do that too. And guess what I did? When my husband passed away, I did it with his plot number. That's how I chose his number.
Wow.
When they asked me, where do you want him to be? I was like, let me see the numbers. And then when I added them up, I knew what his number was, and that's where I put him. And I have turned things down before because the number was not right for me at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe in numerology.
Because it's energy.
Yes, absolutely.
It's new energy, and that number 8 energy is what we're talking about. We're talking about balance and success. We're talking about a year we have to quote and be greater. Right now, beginning this moment, beginning to show how this platform right here that you and your divine have developed and put in place, how it's going to soar and how wide your voice will be this year, because it's your vision.
I'm so excited.
It's your intent. And that intention is everything. I say to my students when we're doing a Reiki workshop, a Reiki class, that this thing is so powerful that when we learn to use these tools, because we all came out the womb with these gifts of self-healing. We just haven't been told about it.
Right.
But when we start using them and we just set the intention, the thought, it goes into motion. The magic comes.
And while you pause for a minute, I just want to say this, that historically, a lot of our people don't understand a lot of what this comes from. And we have been taught by the colonizers that what we do is evil, because they know if we were to really hone our skills and understand where we come from and where it comes from, we'd be extremely powerful. So they've demonized it on television and movies. So a lot of people who see people like us talking about these things, they go, oh, that's voodoo, oh, that's the devil, and it's none of those things. God gave us all these things to use, and we've been doing it.
Absolutely.
You know, from the very beginning, before we were enslaved, we were doing it. But then it became, I just want you to do your history. Just read, check it out for yourself. I don't want to say too much.
But they're using it as well, darling.
Absolutely.
For everything
Absolutely.
they do.
And they learned it from us.
But look at the pyramids.
Absolutely.
Look at the placement. Everything goes back to the numbers.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted to say that. And that was all math. Absolutely, that's what you're saying.
Duh.
So yeah, but I just want to say that because I've had friends who are buying properties and houses or whatever. They'll call me and say, "This is the address. Tell me what the number is," and then I'll send them the number and I'll send them the meaning of the number, and then they'll make a decision for themselves as to whether that's good for them. But some people, if they hear that conversation, they're like, "What are y'all doing? That's evil. That's why you wearing those crystals? Why are you doing this?"
We invite everybody to come out the box.
Exactly. Learn for yourself. Do your own history.
And your gifts of knowing and being guided to all the tools that are out here for you, for us, are endless.
Yeah.
When we stop fearing all the gifts that we have. So we're invited to release 2023 and now reflect and be clear and create space for 2024. Mm-hmm. The new intentions, the vision should chase what we want, to work at it, because we're not just going to lay down and wait for, I want that and lay it. Right. We want to be about the business.
Got to work it.
To bring it forth to us and then watch the magic. It's about healing ourselves as well. This process, this journey, this self-healing. So let me shift a little bit and say that this thing called Reiki, okay? It's spelled Reiki. It's a Japanese word. It means universal life force energy. But let's get clear. I don't know if you had the opportunity to go to Kemet, to Egypt yet.
No.
But I have. And I've been in the temples and I've seen the writing. And I've seen the phenomenal pictures that tell the stories. Everybody came and took what they wanted. So the Japanese are claiming Reiki. The Egyptians were doing that energy healing.
Right.
Like the mathematics, like the buildings, like everything else. So the origins are so ancient that it goes back to where folk are still trying to figure out how things were done. So this energy work that we're doing, and we took the course to gather the tools of instruction to help us, because we already had it in us. So it teaches us that all I do is rub my hands together. And when I rub my hands together, I'm saying, God, come here. And when we say, God, come here, we then receive the energy ourselves. And we're vessels. I can't fix nobody. I can't heal nobody but me. You can't fix nobody but you.
Right.
But we have invited the divine healing source, because you gave me permission to come through and guide this energy into doing the work of clearing, of picking up what may be going on and beginning a process of healing. So we assist in the process. I can heal me, but I'm here as a tool, a practitioner, to assist others in their journey of healing on all levels. You mentioned the word, people think that crystals are woo-woo. I grew up watching Westerns and shows as a little girl and believing what I was seeing on the boob tube. But I remember chandeliers. I remember them always having crystal goblets. I remember them having all kind of clearing material around them because they were allowing the light to come in.
Right.
They were using crystals.
Exactly.
And so when I say to people, I use the stones and crystals as tools in my work. And have you ever had a hot rock or hot stone massage?
Yes.
So you know that the practitioner are taking these specific type of stones that they put in water to heat up. And these stones were like the same kind of stones that were in the ovens that we have in the project because they really hold the heat.
Wow.
Same thing.
What y'all do with the stones in the what?
No, it's the same material. The same stone material.
Okay. I thought you had the actual stones in the project.
No, honey, we use kitchen heat when the heat wasn't working on the pipes.
I remember that.
We just open that oven up and let that heat. It's called kitchen heat.
That's right.
But so just like the massage therapists will prepare those stones and then strategically lay them on your body. And they're putting them in places where the muscles are very tight.
Right.
The moist heat of those stones are just going in and loosening up those muscles. So when massage therapists begin to work in that area, they don't have to climb on top of you. Would you believe that stones and crystals do the same thing?
Yes, I do.
Before I begin a session and get permission to use them, it's like when I look at the area where they are sitting, and I'll quietly say, well, who wants to come to the party? And I'll be guided which one to pick up to assist in your process. And there's one in particular called selenite.
I have some of that, yeah.
It's a white stone. It's the only one that's not water soluble.
It looks like a quartz crystal, right?
It's not quartz.
I said it looks like one, but it's more solid than
it's solid
white.
And it's very white and stringy as well. She clears. You use it for your house to clear. You use it on your person to clear. You can carry one with you to clear the way when you are going into a meeting or anything. So these stones and crystals
I did not know that about it.
It's medicine. They are medicine, so they assist us. And with the same thing, where these society has this thing about diamonds. How big is your diamond, and how big is that? Well, sapphires and rubies and amethysts. Yeah, they are all wonderful. They've played up that particular stone, but I tell you, there's gifts from using each one because they all have healing properties that you can Google anytime. Yeah.
My engagement ring was a selenite. I didn't want a diamond. My husband was very upset that I didn't want a diamond. He was insisting, like, you do want a diamond. I was like, I really don't want a diamond. I want selenite.
And mine was a sapphire.
Oh, see, that's beautiful.
It's a bonding stone.
Yeah, that's nice.
So diamonds are fine. I can buy myself a diamond if I want one, but it's not all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up doing it like on our 5th anniversary because he just had to. He was very traditional. He just couldn't believe I didn't. You have to have a diamond. Okay. Just make sure it's not a blood diamond, okay? Make sure nobody died to get it here.
Oh.
So he had to do his research.
It's interesting because I was in South Africa, in Johannesburg. And when I was coming through Johannesburg going towards Soweto, there was an area where there was a mine right there in the city. But all I saw was a mountain of dirt, but you could see the tinkling, the sparkling coming from the mountain, from the residue of diamonds in the dirt. It's amazing.
Wow. That's awesome.
So to conclude our conversation about the power of this year, we can use this time to begin to move past the traumas, to clear, to clean, to heal. Heal our heart, heal our past, heal our beliefs, and express gratitude in everything.
Yes.
Iyanla Van Sant was talking about that last night on the abundance class.
I'm in there.
Be grateful for everything.
That's right. You know, I've always been grateful for every year, but this is the first year in a long time that I've been really so excited because of the number, because of the energy behind the number, because it's just my time.
It is.
You know, I'm tired of it not feeling that way. So this is my first year that I've felt this way in a long time.
Now, we also know that words have power.
Mm-hmm.
So we choose not to be tired.
No, I was. I'm saying I'm not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right, though. You even have to be careful when you say I'm not, because this the word itself can magnify it.
You are absolutely talking about being empowered.
Mm-hmm.
You are talking about intention,
right?
And your intent to take your power back.
That's
might
right.
have
There
got
it
required.
is. You said that.
Your
beautifully.
intent to beam your light, all the candle that you
That's
are.
why I love
and
that.
it's just not that we don't have the shadow times, that we don't live in have encounters of trauma,
Mm-hmm.
but we know there's always going to be that light, and we're reaching for it.
That's right. Glimmers. I've been seeing glimmers, but now I see a lot. It's bright.
And then, just like you said, it's about who am I surrounding myself with?
That's right.
What kind of energy?
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay if there's people that have been in your circle and you now bow out, bless them, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not vibing with you.
Mm-hmm.
The energy's not working for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It doesn't make them right or wrong, good or bad.
Right.
It's just it's where I am and where I'm working to be.
I think that the more you vibrate, the more you repel those energies that don't need to be around you anyway. They kind of let themselves go. You don't even have to say anything. You just keep vibrating, keep going, moving up this way, and they just kind of fall off. They can't. Everybody can't go right now.
Exactly. Exactly. And that self-love piece,
Mm-hmm. Working on it.
baby, we gotta really. So when we say clean and clear,
Mm-hmm.
there are things that we have been told on this journey, told who we ain't, what we can't do,
Mm-hmm.
where we can't go. And folk didn't mean no harm because that's where their consciousness was.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a process of severing those old thoughts and memories.
Right.
We're in the process of no longer playing those tapes,
Mm-hmm.
no longer allowing ourselves to be victims.
Yes.
There's no victims.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, things have happened.
Yes.
And they continue to happen. But in our growth on this journey,
Mm-hmm.
we're now looking at it and, yeah, but I'm going to do this because I have to keep stepping.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to pause to grieve,
Mm-hmm.
if I have to pause to cry,
Right.
if I have to pause to shut folk out for a minute, but I am alive and breathing. As Dr. Barbara King would say, baby, as long as you are breathing, you have breath, you got to keep moving.
That's right.
You
That's
got to
right.
keep moving. And as they would say, let the dead be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that's just the body.
Right.
But the spirit, and I'm just telling your people, your husband's spirit is all up in here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you
I appreciate
so
you.
much. This is why. So before we close, I wanted you to share with everyone anything you want to share about the Reiki business, anything you want to share, anything you want to tell them about.
It's
promote.
so great this weekend, this Sunday, we're having our first of the year energy exchange, meaning practitioners doing energy work are invited to come together and us to work on each other, to exchange. You get on the table or you work with someone else on the table.
Nice.
So it's an exchange of energy, and it's very important that we receive as well as giving.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exchange.
Where is that taking place?
That's going to be at the Healing Center on Jonesboro Road.
Okay.
That
That used to be. I know it's Kendrick. I know you
Kendrick,
said
the Kendrick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know you're saying
the Kendrick Wellness Center. Yes.
Okay.
On Sunday from 1 till 4.
1 to 4
on the 4th floor.
Mm-hmm. And I know you said reciprocation, but is there any fee at all so people can know?
Yes, we're taking a love offering of $25.
Okay.
So that we can gift that to the location, allowing us to set up
That
there
makes
and use the space. There always has to be balance.
That's right.
And so the giving and receiving.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the gift that we can give to Kendrick for allowing us to have this session.
And it's a beautiful facility. If you guys haven't been there, you should check it out. It's a beautiful facility.
And the practitioners.
And it's Black owned. Sorry.
Yes. The practitioners and the services that are being offered are outstanding.
Yes, they do have a lot. Yeah.
Your acupuncture, your chiropractic, your mental wellness. Yes. There's a sister that does stretch. There's another sister that offers Reiki and sound healing. So it's just a wonderful 1800 Jonesboro Road, Atlanta, Georgia.
There we go.
30318.
Okay.
How do I know that by heart?
We don't know.
Because we
came to you, right?
We know. For 2 years, I was on the first floor.
Okay.
And we worked out of there. My colleagues and I had a space, and we did the services that we offer out of there. Again, I am Linda Law Boyd. My business is Reiki by Law, and the website is reikibylaw.com. And I'm an energy worker. I'm a master coach. And I have this gift of connecting with elders.
Okay.
With the aging population. And so that's when I went to Clayton State and got a gerontology degree. And let me tell you something that really stood out. So I went to this program to get this certification for gerontology. We had a textbook. And so we would go chapter after chapter every time we met. One day I was at Sevenanda, the health food store on Moreland Avenue here in Atlanta. And I'm coming out of Sevenanda, and these young sisters approach me. Miss Law, we need to give you this. I'm like, what is that? Oh, yeah, we got a program to make women doulas, community doulas. I'm like, oh, thank you, baby. I'm not. So, no, you have to have this. Okay, so I take the paper. So when I get home, I look at it. I'm like, oh. So United Way had funded a program for community doulas, which was a 12-week program, meeting twice a week. So I called another sister friend, and we called a number, and they told us, oh, you don't have to even come in for an interview. We can interview you over the phone. You can come on the class. Well, I took the doula course. I graduated on a Wednesday from my gerontology course. That same week on Friday, I completed the doula course. Now, the last chapter in my textbook in gerontology was on death and dying. There was a whole section of that last chapter about a hospital in New York, major hospital, but there was a wing that had for hospice. And what they said was, well, we have nurses that are doulas. They deal with the beginning and the ending of life. And it wasn't until that moment reading that I read it 3 times, I did not know.
I've never heard that before.
Yes, they're death doulas.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, yes. And so I'd never thought about that. Oh yeah, I'm taking this course for the ending of life towards that. And here I am working, being trained to work with expectant mothers.
Right.
So if we're following the path being given and guided by the Most High, sometimes we don't understand it, which I didn't, but I was led to do it.
Right.
And it's been a phenomenal journey of assisting expectant mothers and being there as her partner for her birth.
Right.
And the water-based births are amazing because you're looking, and all of a sudden you see this little light just comes up out the water. Just amazing. Everyone is amazing.
Wow.
So this has been a pretty exciting journey. And I give thanks. And I give thanks for you.
I give thanks for you.
I give thanks for who you are and the platform that you have been guided to set up for conversation. And I heard that The name of your show is this aging thing?
About this aging
About
thing.
this aging thing? Did we talk about it today?
We did. It's about, and it's just not about aging, but it's for people who, we're all aging, but it's for the 50+ tribe.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah. Because I didn't see a whole lot of that happening, but ironically, I see it happening now. Probably because I'm in it. So I'm hashtagging all the time, so I'm always getting other things. But I'm learning a lot as I do this myself. Wow. And I just want to also mention that I got a Reiki service from, is service the right word?
Yeah, service session.
From La. A few years ago, I was in a really bad space. And I'm not going to cry, but let me see. Let me get myself together. She really helped me through that. I didn't really understand Reiki because you don't really touch people. I'm a massage therapist, so I'm used to being touched and touching people. So the idea of moving energy around still was very foreign to me, even though I was around a lot of people who did it. I just never, you're the first person who ever did Reiki on me.
Okay.
And it really changed me. I felt the difference when I left. I felt my heart chakra opening that had been completely shut down. It's probably black when you...
There are practitioners that see colors. I'm not one of them, but I feel energy, and then I'm guided by my guides.
I just wanted to say that. So if you all reach out to her, she knows exactly what she's doing. I can speak to that personally. So I want to give you the last word of wisdom. Give us the last word of wisdom, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody.
All that God is, I am.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All that God is, you are. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Namaste.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for your support. Please just click the button, share and comment. And don't forget not to let aging dictate the way you get older. Love you guys.
I'll share.